Get you a drink here. Drink it up. Lot lizards. Just like school pictures. Cracked out and short, kinkle dinkled. This thing could have been stolen. Real chick magnet. Got weak streamer, didn't it? He's attacking her down there. Where are you gonna go when you get out here? That's a heck of a jump, Rocky.
Yeah, who cares? 24 volts. 36 volts. With ease.
It's not the motor.
Talk about toilet.
I like your bucket.
Thank you.
You don't like Coke.
Back to town. I shaved. You're welcome. Just like playing musical chairs.
Give her the zingies.
Riddle me that, Batman. We have some major issue here.
Pull that joker out of there.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Oh, she loves it. Welcome back to the Sleeper Dude YouTube channel. Today we're going to be working on a car that was the peak of automotive styling in America. The pinnacle, the top. Yeah, you guessed it. The 78 Ford Fairmont. Now this thing, if you haven't watched the cleanup video, it's been parked for 32 years in a junkyard. It sat in an area that was really swampy, so we got a lot of moisture issues with this engine. Everything's rusted up on it. The carburetor's been off for years. The engine's stuck, so let's see if we can get this engine unstuck and get it running in this video. Me and the kids and the wife. It's got a 302 hog-leg V8 in it. Let's go ahead and get started on it. Okay, so me and Ralph are going to go ahead and spray this motor down with some PB Blaster. Normally we got the big shot, but today we're only on like, what is this? Probably a 150 shot?
Yeah.
Just a little can. So you're going to spray everything down in here. Just soak the whole motor, Ralphie, because it's all going to need it. Definitely get the spark plugs though. Carb studs, stuff like that we got to take out.
I don't know.
And PB Blaster works miracles, don't it?
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and put some Marble Mystery Oil down in the carburetor barrels. And look, is that an aluminum intake or is it just a spacer aluminum? Surely it's just a spacer, right? We need to get an aluminum 4-barrel intake on this, don't we?
Yeah.
Do the brake master cylinder too. So we're gonna let this thing sit for a few days and we'll come back out here, pull the plugs out of it and start seeing if we can turn this thing over. Get you a drink here. Think that's enough?
Yeah. Like Vine and RC Cola.
We should have put some Vanya juice in it. That would have helped. Might have to loosen the distributor. Golly, these belts and stuff, everything on this pulley system is so rusted up. I bet we're gonna have to cut the belts off of it to turn it over. Probably got a locked up alternator and water pump. Drink it up. It's been a while since we've done one like this, but this one's so rusty. Well, we let it sit for about 24 hours and we're back out here. I'm gonna pull the plugs out of this thing and put some PB Blaster down the cylinders now that we've let the plugs soak a little bit.
At least it had spark plugs in it, right?
Yes, that does help. So here we go, we got them all out. Pretty sooty on some of them. Some of them real nasty there. I'm talking truck stop lot lizards.
You did not just say that.
Pretty nasty. Yeah, not good there. And I broke one of them, so now I'm gonna have to buy a set of them. Lord, that's gonna hurt the envelope. We got our paint gun cleaning bottle here full of Marble Mystery Oil, and I'm gonna put some in every cylinder. So I've had to hook on one of the vacuum hoses that was unhooked from the carburetor and use it because it's pretty far down in there under the AC stuff and heater hoses.
Okay, Marvel, do your magic.
Okay, fast forward, what's it been? 2 or 3 days since we put oil down on the cylinder. We're gonna try to break this thing loose, but we're gonna try in order of strength here, kinda. So we're gonna start out with Squeezy here and see if she can turn this thing over by the crank fan.
And which way do I turn it?
Either way, doesn't matter. See the belt
Go,
moving.
girl.
No? Oh, you're dirty. Don't get on your dress. Now we gotta move up to Ralphie power. I don't know if this is the next level because he broke that Galaxy engine loose. No? Nothing?
Jeez, it's hard.
So Wawa's unavailable right now, so Mom's gonna try it. Don't cut your little fingers now. You turn the water pump.
Okay.
Nothing? Can't do it?
Not the other way.
No, that's just the water pump. Oh, at least our water pump's not stuck. Yeah, it's making no effort. All right, we're gonna have to put a socket on the crank. We got a 15/16 socket on here like every one of these Fords has, I believe. Yeah, pull towards you. No? No, let's just go straight to that here. Oh gosh. That's the bolt turning the crank. Oh, this is what I was afraid of. Golly. Man, I was hoping this thing would come loose. I was so worried this thing would be like this because the carburetor was off for 32 years. It's not gonna do anything. Oh man, I really don't expect much out of this, but I think I'm gonna take the belts off of it because I have had them before where the water pump was locked up or some other accessory and stopping it from turning. Look at that belt stuck in there.
Hey, it's so crusty.
It'll be stuck on every pulley. Oh, it's rotten to it. Look how stuck that is. Look at that. Look at all that junk inside the...
It's crazy.
I can't believe how many bolts this power steering pump has to hold it in. So, I get like 5. Where in the world is my ratchet wrench? Of course, I can't find the one I need for this. Look, it's stuck to that too.
Yeah, more.
It's so stuck. I'm not gonna get it off there. Stuck in it. Well, it looks like we're gonna have to cut the belt off this one just to get it off. This is probably the roughest belt I've taken off one. Well, our power steering pump's free. Alternator is completely stuck. Smog pump's completely stuck. All right, let's try again. Oh, look at that. It did move.
I saw it.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It did move like an inch.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, well that's
Wait,
something.
Could you try to move it back?
Yeah, we'll try to move it back and forth. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's something. Ah, there we go. Awesome. We may have some luck here. I feel something solid in there. It like stops hard. I think we're just gonna have to keep going back and forth, Ralphie. What was that? Did you hear that?
I heard it
Squirted
squirted
It
somewhere.
came out one of these cylinders over here.
Awesome.
But we are getting farther. We've probably got half a revolution, haven't we?
Yeah.
Come on. I think it's tight in the bolt. Back this way. Come on, let's make a complete turn for me. Come on.
So it just like stops.
Well, it starts tightening the bolt. Let's loosen the bolt. Man, it's crazy how it just, like it's completely stuck wherever I stop. Come on.
Let me give it a little kick.
I think it's just going to tighten the bolt, but I'm going to try this before I go any farther with anything else. Just turn. It's got to be pushing that rust up and hitting the top of the cylinder head. I can't push it any harder counterclockwise because the bolt just comes loose. All right, we got Mom holding the bottom of it now so I can get 2 hands on this. Did it move? It moved, didn't it?
Yeah.
All we needed was Mom's help. I think Mom's help worked.
I know it would.
I think we're getting all the way around. Our pop's like, I'm out of here.
Wow.
I think it's going all the way around, isn't it?
Better right now.
I think maybe we've got 1 revolution now. Yeah, awesome.
I'm just saying I had full faith in this.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't this time.
Like before that, I thought it was just gonna turn over like easy.
I always think they're never gonna run.
It's never gonna work out.
It's always like the most negative, whatever. I always go for it's not gonna work out. And Ralphie always thinks it's gonna work perfect. This thing's gonna run like a brand new one.
It's gonna do great burnout and donuts.
It's on tight spots it has.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, see that fluid come out? Ready? I heard a bunch of fluid squirt out that back cylinder.
Now I'm gonna put a battery on her.
Well, it doesn't even have a battery cable in
Or
on
a
one of the
carburetor.
cables. Or a carburetor, yeah. I got my jump box on here on the cylinder. We're gonna try to spin this thing over with the starter now. You wanna try it?
Okay.
What, does the key gotta be on?
Stuck? The solenoid stuck.
I just clicked it.
This didn't stick. The starter solenoid's hung.
Y'all done gave me a heart palpitation.
I clicked it and I was like, what
Well,
the
at least
heck?
it spun over.
I was gonna like test it.
Well, good job, Ralphie. You made it really work.
It does nothing and then it just goes and I'm like, what the heck?
Here, I want to try it again.
Oh my god.
Y'all are such chickens. This old girl's gonna run.
Like a scalded dog.
Oh yeah.
We should seriously just like upgrade this whole engine.
I'm with you. I think a 4-barrel would be awesome. Like
And new heads, new intake.
camshaft would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Have to upgrade the envelope.
And
Yeah, for real.
like,
I'm like super excited. Like we came out here tonight. It's a little late. Okay, I'll admit it. I was like, we're gonna go out there and this thing's gonna be super duper stuck. We're not gonna get it turned over. That's just how I am. I don't know why.
and I was like, we're gonna get it hand done, and it's gonna be like awesome.
It's gonna run. It did not come with a carburetor at all. It just came with this sock right here. Our starter solenoid stuck, which I have one of these. I don't have an alternator, so we need a carburetor. It also doesn't have a radiator, which is not stopping us from cranking it. The transmission lines are unhooked, so I'd have to loop them. But we're gonna have to at least come up with a carburetor before we can try to start this thing. So we are gonna have to get on the horn and see if we can find a carburetor for this thing. So Malibu or this one?
Malibu.
You're gonna vote for a car that doesn't even have 4-inch bore?
Yeah.
Well, just like that, we got our parts magically here for this thing. Even had to buy a radiator for it, unfortunately, but got the best $75 carburetor money could buy. Came in broke, so we're gonna have to fix that real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and put the plugs and wires on this thing first. That box looks like it came over on the Titanic, but hopefully it's got the correct wires in there. Yeah, we didn't have much luck today. See, this pin's missing. It's just got linkage that's rattling around like your old lawnmower trailer chain. We got some old Autolot 26s here. Man, plugs are just not cheap anymore. Have you guys bought plugs lately? I thought they were like 90-something cents a piece. No, they're like $4 a piece now. You can't buy nothing anymore. I should probably go ahead and break into this brake booster here. See if we can put some brake fluid down in this. You know, you might get a little bit of pedal. You never know. I had to get my prize bar out. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Well, that looks like the last wax seal I changed under my toilet. Golly, that is nasty in there. That's weird. It actually looks like this thing's been sitting 30 years or something. We got Puddin' over here working on the carb for me, trying to get it fixed. I guess I'm just gonna try to scoop this junk out of here so we don't have a bunch of trash in this thing, and then put some fresh fluid in it. Hey, but maybe we can just get enough brakes to drive it around the yard or something. I think that's about good enough for who it's for and what they're paying. We're gonna spill a bunch of brake fluid and get some of it in there. That looks about like the old pond back on the farm, but you know, sometimes these things will surprise you and you'll get a little bit of brake pedal. So here's the Sleeper Dude method for changing plug wires. I usually try to do one at a time. Just get all the new ones, hang them up like this. Shortest ones go towards the front, longest ones go to the back, just like school pictures. Okay, we got left bank done. Got all our new wires on here, all our new plugs. Gonna go do the same thing to the other side, of course. Because, I mean, you gotta do the same thing on one side as you do the other in most cases. Unless you're like in a paddle boat and you're wanting to turn left or something. Well, if nothing else, the new wires look better. This side was a little bit harder because all the AC lines and stuff, but, you know, wasn't quite as hard as the GED was for me, but close. I don't know if you're like me, but I always keep these old plug wires around, and then I never ever end up using them, but I just keep them. I don't know why I do that. These things, I've had some bad luck with them if they sit for a long time like this. They tend to go out as they hang up on you. Just like when you're on hold at Walmart checking on price of casings. That screw's going. I'm wanting to see if this thing will turn over with a busted out ignition column we've never tried. So I'm gonna put our Poverty model Rule King battery. This is just one step above what your lawnmower's got on it. Let's see if it's still hung up or not. No, let's see if we can try to turn it over like this. No, it's not doing anything. I guess we're gonna have to try a little push button here. At least when they stole the carb off of it, they left the studs for me. That's nice. You buy a $75 carburetor, you gotta fix it, you know?
Yeah.
What's the world coming to? That pin just came out. I guess it's okay now. Yeah. 4.5. 4 3/4. What do they set these things to though? This one's 3 1/4. I'm gonna set them to 1 1/2. That's usually a good place to start. Does it fit? Looks like it. Man, everything just bolted right up. It's incredible. So our fuel hose here is cracked out and short. Hey, some people are. So we're gonna replace it with a new hose and probably put an inline filter on this if we can fit it. Come off there, you little booger. What the cuss? Check us out on other platforms at Sleeper Dude 88. She's doing like Rocky and inspecting everything, huh? It's a 51515, don't worry about it. I just love my little clear plastic fuel filters. It looks like somebody's already took the clamp off this. It's completely rotten, the line going back to the tank. I don't have big expectations of this fuel pump working, but we're gonna give it a try. So unfortunately, somebody's already kinkle-dinkled one of these transmission lines off. And then I started wiggling it and it starts pushing transmission fluid out from down here. So we have a rusted out line down here too. So we're gonna have to probably cut these lines, loop them or something like that for now. I'll probably cut the other one off about the same place and just loop these things. You coming to help? What do you want to help with? Oh. Hopefully this will hold. So I'm going to put some fuel down this hose to the pump to kind of prime it a little bit. That seems to help. Okay, so I don't even know if the ignition is on or not because the steering column's all busted out of this thing. We'll just see if it does anything here. Sure don't sound like it's getting any fire. I was looking at the distributor plug here and realized that somebody's been messing with it. There is the black wire coming out of the pickup for the distributor, and then the yellow wire coming out is cut. So we got some wiring to do. We're thinking there's a possibility this thing could have been stolen at some point in its life because it has busted out ignition and cut wires going to the ignition system to get it to run. So there's definitely a chance this thing could have been stolen. This wire is actually supposed to be here, it looks like. The bottom wire on the opposite side is black, so that would make sense.
I'm pretty sure ain't nobody stole this car.
Why?
Ain't nobody wants this car except for you.
Comment below if you like Fairmonts.
If they're gonna steal something, it's gonna be something worthwhile.
I'm not the only guy that likes Fairmonts.
Oh, you are the only person.
All right, we're gonna try it again now I got that wire hooked up.
What about this fine specimen right here?
What? Get that off of my Fairmont. So I just remember we had a fancy pants spark tester that a viewer sent us. I'm gonna try it and see if it has spark. Well, nothing there. Did you escape? Huh? Did you escape, boy? We were wondering where you were.
About time you showed up for work.
Yeah, dude.
I don't got no snacks.
So we're not getting any power to the positive side of our coil. But I did find this wire that they, I believe, had ran from here to here. So we might try that just to get it cranking. Now, if that's connecting right there.
I heard something. What was that?
I don't know. I think it fired off one of the cylinders. See, it's not jumping an arc there. I'm thinking that we still are having some sort of spark issue I got to figure out here. Me and Rocky talked about it. We're going to mull it over tonight, look over some wiring diagrams, and put our heads together in the morning and see what we can come up with on this thing.
Who's in your box?
Yeah. He's not training her right.
No, this is not well.
So it's the next morning. I'm out here testing stuff with my power probe and looking at wiring diagram stuff. And I noticed that some of these terminals here on the cap are really corroded. I've already been scraping on that one right there. Yeah, some of these are really corroded up, so I probably should have put a cap and rotor on it. But I'm gonna try to sand this off and see if that makes any difference. Okay, well, I got those cleaned up, so maybe that'll make a little bit of difference. We'll see. This car is a real chick magnet. So I've been checking stuff this morning and looking at this wiring diagram right here I found on Painless's website. We're not getting any power to the coil without having a jumper wire, that is. So I'm going to wire this thing up. I can't even find the wire that's supposed to come through the resistor into here. So it's supposed to have full 12 volts when cranking and then go through the resistor when not. So I guess because our ignition is busted out of this thing, it's not getting power out to there. So I'm just gonna wire up a push button starter and an on-off toggle switch to run this thing and try it that way. That way we can start it from inside the car too. And this is the problem with working with Rocky. He'll find a little wire and just nibble it right through. He don't eat them, he just nibbles on them.
He's a good helper.
So we got the cheapest toggle switch money can buy here. That's gonna be our ignition switch. And I've got this push button starter here just to run it like this. I mean, this is how these things should have come from the factory, really. Who needs a radio? Makes it a whole lot easier to start it. Okay, I think I got it all wired up. So we got toggle switch here for our ignition, push button for our starter. The yellow wire goes over to the battery. That's power into the switch. Power out of the switch goes to this inline resistor. It ties in here, so this wire goes down to the red wire, because I don't know why these are switched, but they are, which is your main power source when you're running. This knocks the voltage down from 12 volts down to 6, and then that is going over to the coil to run the coil when you're not on crank, when you're on the run position. And on the push button side, I got these two red wires. One goes to the S side of the solenoid, the start side of the solenoid. The other one goes to the power source on the battery post here. Okay, Vanna White, flip the switch. Okay, we got power to the coil now. All right, now hit the push button starter real quick. Okay, we had sparks, but it worked. So we put our 20-year-old battery charger on this thing because it seems to be cranking kind of slow. I think it's because of the engine is trying to seize up some from all that rust, but it could be a dead battery. We'll give it a try here. I think it tried there at first, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it did at least fire, and it smoked a little bit. So that's a good sign. We definitely have fire now that I've rewired everything. I really don't think it's this battery's dead, but we're gonna leave it on a charge for a little bit and see what happens. Just from past experience, I think that engine's getting a little harder and harder to turn over. All right, we gave it a little bit to charger. Let's try it again. It's firing now, isn't it? Well, cranking too slow, I'm afraid. One possible issue with this is this ground cable. It's very small. I don't know what gauge that is, but it's getting hot. I did have a new ground cable stored up in the shop, so I think I'm gonna run a new ground cable on it. All right, got that installed. Just bolt it to one of the front water pump bolts there where the water pump pulley will rub through it later. Maybe that thicker cable that's shorter will help out. Sounds better, didn't it?
Yeah. Throw it to it.
I just don't want to flood it. Got weak stream there, didn't it? There it goes again. It's not getting hot this time though.
That's good.
We took a break to load these 2x12s up in the barn. Rocky has climbed down the board from here all the way up to the truck. He's attacking her down there. He's walking on the board she's holding up.
Can you get off of it?
He's just gotta inspect this board real quick.
God.
Just real quickly. Won't take just a minute.
You're the no-just goat in the future.
Where are you gonna go when you get out here? Here, there's nowhere to go. Is he gonna jump from there? That's a heck of a jump, Rocky. Yeah, there you go. Get out of here. Here, start sliding it down. There you go. Golly, what a ding dong. Mama trimmed the bushes and gave Puddin' some snacks over here. Rocky's missing out. He's over eating hay. Now he's caught on to what's going on over here. Is that good, Walkie? All right, we gave it some time to charge here and cool off. What's up? Not getting fire now? Well, it's still got the correct voltage to the coil.
I think it needs 24 volts.
You sound like Ralphie. Spark coming out of the coil. No, we got all kinds of spark.
So fire or fuel, right? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
Come on.
You did it just a little bit there.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was like holding it wide open and it tried to fire like it had been flooded or something, you know? I'm really thinking we're probably way down on compression if we checked it like the Blue Dart coupe was. It probably needs to be spun over faster to actually fire, but we'll try it one more time. It's trying.
It's
when
trying.
I had it. It's definitely probably
I heard
got
it.
too much fuel, it sounds like.
Pop over a couple times.
It did. It tried just a little bit, but. Okay, so we gave it a rest here for a couple hours, had it on the slow charge. In the meantime, the kids showed back up from church stuff.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you get a new carburetor?
Yes, new carburetor on there, plugs and wires. I rewired everything on the ignition system. You're gonna love this. Come inside the car real quick. So look, we got an on-off switch for our ignition and then a push-button starter. I just thought you'd appreciate the push-button starter in here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe with, you know, kid power now, you know, maybe they got some good luck they brought back with them.
Can I drive it first?
Has no brakes even.
Yeah, who cares? You getting spark?
Yeah, that's what we worked on for a long time, was getting spark. I think it's just not got good compression. I don't know, what do you think, guys?
24 volts.
I knew it. I said when Ralphie gets back, he's gonna want me to put it on 24 volts.
Yeah, I agree. I second the
I
motion.
completely agree. I don't think it's good.
This is just the 24 volt channel anymore. Of
Exactly.
course, we do buy like stuff that's been sitting forever.
Yep.
So we got our 24 volt kit here. We need to make a longer one of these. All right, we got 24 volts now. All right, here we go, 24 volts.
Yeah.
It's firing a lot, but it's not taking off, is it?
Yeah. She's singing.
Maybe it needs more fuel. That's odd, isn't it? It's firing.
You kind of like can't tell if it's running.
It's like blah, 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 blah. The whole time it sounds like it's firing, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Just needs a little bit more.
Yeah.
Something.
Wait, 36 volts.
The way it's not backfiring to the carburetor when I hold it wide open like that, it's kind of unusual. Usually they'll pop to the carburetor or something. So I'm going to try to adjust the ignition timing and see if that's off maybe. I don't know why it would be, but maybe somebody messed with it at some point. We hit compression stroke there on this cylinder. It's pointing here, but that actual cylinder that just came up on compression stroke is here. So it almost looks like everyone's one cylinder off. I loosened the distributor, but it appears to be stuck in the block. Like everything on this car kind of stuck and rusty. So I may just move them over one plug wire and try that. I don't know how many degrees this is. Should be enough.
Did you find a twig?
All right, let's try this again. We moved it all one wire over, so I don't know, maybe that's better. Hey, look at this. Our fuel pump's working. Burn the starter up, but it is firing.
Yeah, I want to find like a Ranger.
Yeah? What you been saying?
A Ford Ranger would not go up that hill in a backyard.
Yes, it would. Yeah.
Ours would
The
barely.
Jeep made it up.
Ours
yes,
would
it
barely
made it
go
up
up.
with ease.
That's a Jeep, dude.
That's all we've heard is Ranger, Ranger, Ranger. If it's not Ranger, it's Corvette, Corvette, Corvette. It's got too much oil on it. Look at
That's weird.
It's probably because the rust is filling up.
that. We don't got any starting fluid, but got some brake cleaner. first vehicle that we have put 24 volts to that didn't just fire right off.
You're right.
I think it's an ignition timing problem.
I know.
So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get this distributor to move.
Can we try something before you do that?
What?
Try it with the push button. I'm afraid, like, you wired something up wrong and it's just gonna...
No, it makes no difference. It goes to the same thing. You can try to start it with the push button if you want to. Nothing.
Nothing.
We tried at least. I hate when a distributor gets stuck in a motor like this. One of you guys is gonna comment, it's not a motor, it's an engine. A motor's electric. We had this problem with my wife's 67 Lincoln and we never ever did get it loose. Wait, is that moving? Did that move a little bit? Oh yeah, look at that. We'll try doing a little bit of this and seeing what that does. Let's try this. Okay, back to 24 volts here. I pulled the number one plug out of it, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's really wet and got a bunch of junk on it. You know, with all the junk in the cylinders, we may need to pull all the plugs out and just clean them. What do you think, Ralpho?
Yeah.
Put your finger in that spark plug hole. Just push it on your finger. Compression. That?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that looks pretty spot on. Our rotor's pointing right at our cylinder. Ralphie thinks I need to spin it back this way. I can only go so far without hitting the thermostat housing here. That's about as far as I can go. Right there. We'll try it. Come on. So what way you want me to spin
in
it?
the middle.
Which way you want me to spin it?
Back this way a little.
Okay, okay. All right, let's try it your way. It tried right there at the first, didn't it? It really tried. Like the first
I
time.
think we need to clean the spark plug.
Why is it cranking so slow on 24 volts? Alright, we're going to have to charge some batteries again. Well, Ralphie says we need to pull all the plugs and clean them. And we may go ahead and do a compression test while we have all the plugs out again. Maybe we'll blow some more crud out of the cylinders. And that'll help something. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Nasty. What's that nastier than?
A Taco Bell toilet.
A Taco Bell toilet. It's pretty nasty. So here's what we got with our plugs. As you can see, some of them are very dirty. So we're gonna clean these up and I'm probably gonna do a compression check real quick. We got that fancy spark plug cleaner somebody sent us, but I think that's really for like older plugs.
Oh my god.
While he's cleaning those plugs, me and Wawa are gonna check that. All right, pull the trigger. All right. That one's got 95 PSI.
Oh my god.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that one's good. That one's got 80. Something's weird with this cylinder. It only had like 20 PSI of compression. We got 20, 25 PSI, something like that. If you'll refer to our professional illustration here, this is our number. So pretty much everything was good except for this cylinder right up here. Well, this cylinder's got issues. That's what that means.
So is she gonna run or not?
It ought to. I mean, all but one. I mean, we've went to Florida and back on 7 before.
Oh my lord.
If our timing's right, this thing ought to fire. That's all. It's like it's firing on not all the cylinders. Like it's firing here and there, you know? I think our timing's still off. I'm gonna go the opposite way real far. Did you see that engine turn? He turned the ignition switch off and the engine went boop. That's really odd. I think it fired one cylinder off. So that's basically all the adjustment we have the other direction. And I'm hitting the AC compressor. Doesn't sound better there, does it?
Let's try somewhere in the middle. I think that worked out good.
All right, we'll try the middle. somewhere. That doesn't make any sense for 2 batteries to get that low, unless it's just a starter getting hot. All right, well, we've let it cool off again for a while, and I'm cleaning off the timing marks here, and we're gonna check the timing with a light. Yeah. I don't know if my timing light's working. All right, hit it. All right. Our timing light's not working. Rocky, I think we're gonna have to get a new timing light. Last time we tried to use it, didn't work, did it?
Well, it's like 20 years old.
It is 20 years old. All right, we're in the Kid Hauler 9000 now. We are headed to town to try to get a timing light. I may get a cap and rotor as well. Only the best for us. Harbor Freight, $32. That'll work. It actually has the dial on the back to advance it.
I like your bucket.
Thank you.
Are we still in the parking lot?
Yeah, we're still in the parking lot. What's wrong?
Can you not wait till we get home to open the
I gotta
package?
plug this wire
You
in.
didn't gotta plug nothing in.
Just look. Tell me I don't.
You're gonna make all that mess. You could have just waited till you got home and put it in the
It's got a
trash.
knob. My other one didn't have a knob. How did you talk me into another Whopper trip? Has your hair got bigger while we've been talking?
Watch, you ready?
Oh, wait for it, guys.
Afro.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna find him in his room and be like, oh, we'll just do a happy little tree here. It kind of sounds to me like it's firing on some cylinders and some it's not. I could be wrong. What is he doing?
Can you get down,
Oh,
please?
he's gonna drink your drink.
Seriously, dude.
Do it.
This is so not funny. You don't like Coke. Oh, stop. Stop. Stop it. I had put lemon heads in here and he was eating them. That's disgusting.
Do you like lemon heads?
I've never owned one this fancy. It bothers me that 0 is not where it stops and 60 is not where it stops. So I'm gonna set it to like 10 and unhook the vacuum advance. That should be about where we need to be. Why is this not working? We don't have fire on that cylinder or something? Nothing.
What?
Why do I have this luck with timing lights? All right, let's check it the old-fashioned way again. Okay, I have no fire now. Did we burn up our ignition box on 24 volts?
Ooh.
So I'm gonna test our pickup here. There's like a purple and like an orange wire coming out. That's your 2 pickup wires. And we're gonna set this thing on ohms. And it should go up and down if we spin the motor around. Oh yeah, our pickup's working. And our black wire, 0 ohms on it. We got 0 ohms on the DuraSpark box over here, so it's grounded. Now we're gonna test the coil. I've got the power wire run to it. So it has voltage on the power side and she's clicking on and off the ground on the other side. Yeah, we got spark, so the coil's good still. I don't know, she must have went in limp mode because we put it all back together and now it has spark coming out of the coil again. Yeah, it has spark now. I don't know why it did that. All right, let's try to crank it again, I guess. It would help if I could really see it. Let's slow-mo video it. So we had it working and then we went to slow-mo video the crank to see what the timing was and it stopped getting fire again.
You didn't take anything off.
Right. I wonder if that box is just going out. I mean, the pickup's working, the coil's working. We might need to see about getting one of those. I don't think it's getting a signal from the ignition box. I think we're gonna try ignition box. Back to town. I guess we're gonna wait until in the morning and get that because it's 9 o'clock almost. You know, Jeopardy's gonna be on soon. And we'll get down there in the morning and get the ignition module and we will be on, what is this, day 4, I believe, of working on this thing, trying to get it running. It has really beat me up. I really thought as soon as we put 24 volts to it, like Ralphie said, we'd be fine, but it just wasn't that way, was it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't really.
It wasn't at all.
At all.
But oh, he's gonna nibble your shirt, Corvette shirt over here. Hey, that came in the fan mail, son. Well, it's the next morning, like 7 a.m. I shaved. You're welcome. Everybody else is asleep with me, so I was gonna jump in the Falcon and drive to town. This Fairmont is parked in front of it, so I couldn't get it out. So I'm in the Kid Hauler 9000. I really hope this is what it is. Maybe we can finally get this thing running after all these days of working on it. Real pretty drive out here. So this thing's got 1/4-inch screws that hold it down. Now another thing it could be is grounding issues. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a grounding issue right here. So I'm gonna clean this off really good underneath this. So I put some dielectric grease on there. I'm gonna spread it around on here. Hopefully that'll help it make a good connection, and we'll do that on all our connectors too. Yeah, get in there. It actually snaps in and holds it now. Did you get a powdered donut, Scooty? Did Mama give you a donut? I go straight to your hips. Look, he didn't eat it. He went over there and buried it. So I'm not sure how much you can see, but right about here at 0 is where it should have been flashing, because we had it dialed in for 10 degrees of advance. Well, where it actually flashed was way right about there where I marked it. That's where it flashed. So we have a serious timing issue we gotta figure out.
Like, does that mean like it's jump time or something?
I don't know yet. So the rotor's pointing here when it's actually firing the #1 cylinder way off, and it needs to be way over here. We do not have enough physical room to turn this distributor that far. So I believe I'm gonna have to move the plug wires over one spot on the cap and try to do it that way. The distributor's kind of stuck in the engine right now. Just give them all one spot over, just like playing musical chairs. So I went ahead and marked the 0 degree spot on the balancer. Now that we've moved all the plug wires around one, let's try this again. So looking at the slow-mo footage, our timing is way off. So I wish we had more room to move this thing without this stupid AC unit. So we're gonna get back to the super basics here. We're gonna pull #1 plug out, get up on top dead center compression stroke, see if we can get this thing exactly where it needs to be.
You want me to?
Put your thumb in that hole.
Oh, wait, I think I see. That's it.
And right there is top dead center #1 on compression stroke. It's pointing right to this. And our #1 plug wire is right here, so they're dead lined up. So we should be close. Maybe, just maybe, it'll start now. It's got too much timing now. I think I gotta move it clockwise to take some timing out of it. Take more out of it. That's as far as I can go. I'm up against the thermostat housing there. It's so close. I'm afraid if we try 24, we're going to burn the ignition box up. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just went the wrong way. Golly, that thing's so stuck in there. Go, I'm hitting the AC compressor. What is it wanting? All right, I've moved it back this way. We're gonna try it again. It's like hitting one spot and hard to do, right? What are you doing? I don't know what this thing needs. I've tried and tried and tried. Okay, timing adjustment number 162. It don't seem to like anything, does it? What gets me is it's never even backfired through the carburetor or anything. Like usually with making big sweeps on timing adjustments like this, it'll backfire through the exhaust, it'll backfire through the carburetor, you know. I mean, this thing should be popping and banging if it's out that far. I'm about like to give up on the stage. I mean, really, 4 days working on this thing?
Here, throw 24 volts to it.
And give her the zings.
Zinger up.
What if we burn up our brand new ignition box?
We burn it up. We're about to be done with it anyway. And how much was it?
$30.
I'll give you $30.
So for like the last hour or so, we've been messing with ignition timing with the timing light. We've been getting the phone down there and filming on slow-mo. What we're having is, if you watch the videos, the engine will turn over, say, 8 times, and it might flash twice out of 8 times. 2 out of 3 times we try it, the timing light won't even flash. So I don't know what's up right now with that. See that? How it only sparks every now and then?
Yeah, I think it's only like on one.
But I think it's getting one like every couple or something.
That's what I mean.
So we probably didn't need a timing light, looks like. It looks like the car was the issue, not the timing light. So here's what it's doing. So look at that. That's basically dead on. I mean, that's maybe 5-10 degrees ignition advance on it. That's basically dead on. But look, should flash right here, doesn't flash. So then it comes back around the next time, no flash. So it missed one round. The next one, look, it fires here. And that's gotta be 40 degrees of timing. Makes another revolution, does not fire. Another revolution, does not fire. So why is it only firing every now and then? I mean, we've tested basically everything in the system.
I think we need to put 24 on it.
I'm like to the point, I don't care what happens to it, honestly. I've been working myself to death on this thing. I wonder if it's like cam timing, not ignition timing. Like you were talking about the timing chain jumped or something. Like the ignition timing is where it needs to be, but the valves aren't opening and closing correctly.
I said I was trying on 24.
Alright, well Ralphie's talked me into trying 24 volts again. I'm afraid we're gonna burn up our ignition box we just bought. There's only one way to find out, I guess. Well, she's probably gonna either go or blow right here.
Oh geez, don't get back then. What the heck? How is it not started?
I held it wide open for a long time thinking it might be flooded.
It's like so close there.
So far away. I mean, if it won't start like this, what's going to make it start? It's like it has a tight spot. And we've cranked it over a couple times with ignition off on accident, and it was the same way. It was like, it like hits a tight spot every time it goes around. So the first time around, it flashes right at the ATC, which is 15 degrees after top dead center. Well, look at this. Next time it comes around, it flashes like, I don't know, 60 degrees before top dead center. It flashes, comes around again, doesn't flash, and then at the end, it flashes. It flashes at 15 degrees after top dead center. Riddle me that, Batman. We have some major issue here.
Yeah, it's a major issue.
It's like it gets spark at random times.
Is the timing chain like the thing that goes on like chipped and stuff?
Like the teeth chipped off something?
Yeah.
I mean, that could explain some things because there's a tight spot in the motor. I don't know what the tight spot's from, but there's something wrong in there. We've seriously got 4 days worth of work into this thing. This is our 4th day. With it spinning over that fast and having compression, something with the timing system is wrong. Whether it's cam timing or ignition timing, which clearly it's giving us crazy signals on the ignition timing.
And I don't think it's your timing light because both of the timing lights have the same random problem.
Fires again, 50, 60 degrees off. The next time, flashes right on top dead center. It makes no sense. So we keep checking the timing, moving the distributor, checking the timing. It's like no matter what we do with the distributor, it's the same timing. So seriously, we've probably made 40 timing adjustments. And we keep videoing. Nothing I'm doing is changing anything. I'm moving this distributor like crazy, 20, 30 degrees, and our timing is not changing on our light at all. I've never had an engine that didn't respond to something like that. So, I have this distributor here, which is one of those Chinese eBay $50 HEIs for a small block Ford. This was sitting down in the red Fairmont Futura if you follow the rest of our videos. This is just a 2-wire hookup, a ground and a power. Everything's internal in these things. We may try this and see what happens. See if this does anything. I don't know. That's going to be basically bypassing everything in the system except for the coil. This car being an AC car is very complicated to get to this distributor hold down bolt. Can we get this distributor out of here? It's so stuck in there. I hate when they get stuck like this. We've had this trouble before. Come on, this car. Something just happened. I don't know if I broke it or if it came loose, but
Something made a noise.
something just made a noise off camera. Afraid I broke it, honestly. All right, put some pressure going up with it. Oh, we got it.
Pull that joker out of there.
Come out of it. Now what? How could that be? That stuck still.
Fine.
Look, I think we broke it.
Oh.
Trying to get it out. Look, the distributor is broke right there. I gotta get back around on top dead center number 1 again. On compression stroke. Okay. I'm gonna drop this thing down in there. Is the black wire goes to the negative side of your coil. The positive wire goes to a 12-volt source and then splits off to send 12 volts to your coil. Go ahead, Ralphie. Try it again. Don't really sound a lot different, does it? It's like still struggling. Maybe we should check it again in the car and see if it's consistent now. Sure was flashing a lot more.
Was it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was flashing every time it came around.
But it could be consistent on like 50, you know?
Dead on 10 degrees. Just dropping the distributor in there. Every time it come around, it's dead on 10 degrees launch. So it's consistent. And according to that, the timing's dead on.
We got that worked out.
Well, it could have been anything. We just deleted the whole ignition system. Could have been wiring issues. It could have been anything. All right, we're gonna try it again. It's trying, isn't it?
It's trying.
It's really trying to go. Man,
What's that one time?
why is it so close to running? You want more? I don't get it.
It's so close. It's so
I
close.
want to try 24 real quick, because it's like so close.
How can it be that close and not start? I'm still wondering if it has a cam timing issue because something just still don't seem right with it. It's not right. Something's not right.
Something is
The way
problem.
it's shaking around like that.
It's almost like you can hear a rod coming knocking.
Yeah, I hear it.
Did you hear
A
that
rattling
too?
noise, yeah.
Something.
What else wrong with it? Ain't got no gas in it. Oh my god. 24 volts. 24 volts. 2 times the
Juice. They talk you into anything, don't they?
I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I really think the engine has a mechanical issue internally. We'll see how this goes. 24
Not
volts, last ditch effort.
We about killed it. Let's
That ain't
kill
gonna
it.
start. Nothing's gonna start.
Jesus.
There's gotta be something internally wrong. Got to be.
Dun, dun, dun.
As many different things as we tried on this thing, there has to be something internally wrong with this engine.
You get an A for effort.
And the way it's coming around and hitting like a tight spot and you can hear it like making a rattling noise, there just has to be something mechanically wrong inside that. Which, I mean, the car was literally in a junkyard and it was all registered and everything from Utah. So very high chance that this thing was driving from Utah
Got towed.
across the country
If something happened.
and something happened and got
Reminds me of something.
got towed and left at the junkyard.
Reminds me of something.
We weren't in Utah when we broke down.
Oh, we was pretty close.
At some point, we'll have to do a tear down on this engine and see what's wrong, because there's something in there wrong.
It ain't gonna be today, because Mama's gonna melt it down into a puddle.
I want to use this fan on my truck.
4 days of working this thing. I mean, it just don't even sound right when it cranks over, you know? I guess at least we got it free, and we gave it our best effort. Guys, I think we're going to call it here. I hate doing these. This is the second time ever I think we've had to do this.
Was it the
Metro Mite, but then we went back and got it running. So I hate to do videos like this, but maybe you guys like all the effort we put into it. We really tried. It is July in Tennessee, and it is like, what, 90-something, 100
It
degrees?
feels like 105.
I think we're going to have to call it here. I mean, on a hot day like this, nothing quenches your thirst like
RC Colas.
RC Colas. So we put a lot of effort in, you know?
Yeah.
And we spent time as a family.
blood, sweat, and tears?
You know, and that's what matters. Spending time as a family. Okay, so a company sent us this endoscope, and we have never used it. So we're going to try it first on this one since this motor seems to be bad. This is a cylinder that had low compression. So I'll put a link in the description of this tool, but it's Teslong MS450 endoscope. Let's take a peek here down in the cylinders. What do you think we're going to find? Ooh, look, what's that on the side? Does it look like the valve hit that? That's one thing I'm wondering, like if the cam timing's off, we could be having valves hitting like right there. See that shiny spot? I almost wonder if, like I was saying, if the cam timing had jumped, then you might have pistons hitting valves. And I see a shiny spot right there on that top of that piston. Look at all that corrosion on the top of that piston though. Definitely looks like right here that we may have a valve hitting the top of a piston there.
It looks pretty bad.
And it's very corroded in there, but would point towards cam timing. He's trying to decide whether or not he has armpit hair
That is.
with the scope.
It ain't.
If
Black
you have
little spots.
if you have to scope it, then
All
you
the
got
things
it.
you could do with this, you know?
Oh.
And look, she's got tweezers. Y'all get down somewhere.
This is not what this tool is intended for. Well, this one beat us up today, guys. I mean, at some point, we probably should need to do a tear down on this engine to see what's up with it.
Geez, she got the cap.
Oh no,
I got it.
disaster averted. But there's got to be something mechanically wrong with that engine. I mean, if it won't start after all that effort, it ain't going to start at all, you know? Now, we appreciate you guys watching. We really do. I wish we could have got it to start for you. But that's just the honest truth. I mean, they don't always start. It's not 100% success rate.
Hey.
And so sometimes you put a bunch of work into something and it just don't work out, guys, right? You know, just like 6th grade, you know? I put a bunch of effort into it, just didn't make it, you know? It is what it is. You got to pour one out for your homies, guys. Show a little respect. How about that? Nothing better than an RC Coil on a hot day like this. It just hits the spot. Oh, what happened?
Chew my toe off.
Oh, putting shoot her toe.
She thinks they're milkers.
We'll definitely be revisiting this car at some point. I just don't know what we'll be doing to it. If we're going to have to rebuild the engine or do something like that, that'll be in a future video. You can check us out on our second channel at
Sleeper Dude 2.
Sleeper Dude 2.
Sleeper Dude 2.
You can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at
Sleeper Dude 8.
What's wrong with these girls? And you can see our merchandise down below. That helps us out a little bit. You know I love my Fairmonts. I was really excited about this car. When we first found that car in the junkyard, I was like, man, 302 two-door Fairmont. I mean, there's nothing better than that for me. But this one just is not one to get fixed, apparently. But we got other ones to save. We still got the LTD wagon. We got to go back and get the Fairmont two-door sedan box top car that we bought. We got to get back on the Malibu. We got to show the Chevrolet crowd a little bit of love, don't we?
Yes.
Ow, who's hitting me now? Oh, this is little Rocky Jr. that always hits people. He has anger issues. Where'd Rocky go to? Look, Rocky's over there napping. He must be tired today.
His belly's already full.
It's too hot to come out here today. Look, Ghost don't even want you wearing Crocs, honey. Anyway, we'll see you guys in the next video. We got plenty of other project cars. We got Fords, we got Dodges, we got Chevys, we got a little bit of everything around here. You never know what we're going to be working on. Just stay tuned for the next videos. We appreciate you guys watching, like I already said. Can't only show the wins, you know. Can't hit a home run every time. Is that football?
No.
Basketball.
No.
Something. I didn't play any sports.
Yeah, we know. We can tell.
You know you want some. Here. Oh. Oh, she loves it. Hey, she's taking a little slower. Good.
Good job.
You're learning.
Yeah,
There you go. You got it figured out. That's better. Oh, she loves it. Hey, buddy. Are you taking it easy in the shade? I brought you your favorite. Oh, I knew you would. Huh? You must be tired today. All right, tell them bye, Rocky. You're the star of the show.